Town Council will again postpone a vote regarding the shooting range in West Barnstable. A project to improve roadways in Cotuit will soon begin, and the Barnstable Police Department will open its new substation tomorrow. These stories and more on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Tuesday, September 16th, 2014. I'm Sarah Mannel. Town Council will again delay a vote on the proposed land swap that would remove conservation restrictions at the West Barnstable shooting range. Town Council President Jessica Rapp-Grissetti says the council has not yet received the new conservation agreement and so will not be able to vote on the issue just yet. That means there will be no formal public comment period on shooting range issues. Anyone wishing to speak on the matter will need to do so during the general public comment period at the beginning of the meeting. Town Council meets this Thursday at 7 p.m. in the Town Hall hearing room. A road construction project will soon begin in Cotuit. DPW Director Dan Santos says they will reconstruct the south portion of Main Street from Ocean View Avenue to Oregon Way.
And that reconstruction is a pretty heavy-duty construction project. It's kind of our most aggressive form of rebuilding a road because it's gotten to such a point and it's so old that it's falling apart, it doesn't have proper drainage, and it's really no longer servicing our residents and visitors and needs to be redone. And we can't just accommodate that with an overlay. It's just too far gone. So what this entails is the first thing we do is put in a lot of drainage structures. We found over the years that more and more of these are necessary to drain the water off the road for a couple of reasons. The first is safety. We want to make sure that the road is well drained so that we don't have, particularly in the winter, any ice that forms in puddles that may remain on the road. And we also want to keep water off the road surface because what happens when water freezes, it expands and you have this freeze-thaw cycle that you may have heard about, and that causes the pavement to crack and degrade. So we're going to put in the way we typically do this to drainage structures is catch basins, so the grates that are in the road, and then they carry the water off to a leaching tank so it leaches underground.
Santos says the department will begin the project in October.
First thing they'll do, as I mentioned, is the drainage structure, and then they'll attack the road itself. And what we do is actually have this huge machine that grinds up the road, just kind of takes it in, grinds it up, and what it leaves behind is all this beautiful base material that's the ground-up pavement and sand and rocks that are consisting of the current road, and that becomes our base for the new road. It's a very cool process. And then from there, we'll do a base coat, first coat of asphalt, and then ultimately a final top coat. And I don't anticipate really being completed until the spring. In the fall, we go as far as we can. We'll get the drainage done. Hopefully, we'll get the first coat down. But it really depends on weather as to how much work we can get done and then how cold it becomes, because if we need asphalt, we get that from asphalt batching plants that are on the Cape, but they close when the weather gets too cold because the material is hot. So usually around Thanksgiving, they close for the season. They don't reopen till April. So we try to get as much done as we can in that short window.
Santos says they will have police on site during construction to keep traffic running smoothly.
And our contractors are instructed to make sure that one lane is always open. So you'll always be able to get by. You may have to wait a little because if traffic's backed up. And this time of year in that part of the town, it's not all that busy. But residents will encounter construction vehicles and police and should, be aware of that and slow down in the area. Occasionally, the road will be blocked for a few minutes, perhaps, if they have to move a piece of equipment. But our goal is to have the road at least one lane maintained and open and safe for residents.
Santos says the project will increase safety for both motorists and pedestrians in the area. The Barnstable Police Department will celebrate the opening of a substation in Marston's Mills tomorrow. I chatted with Police Chief Paul McDonald about the event. Well, wanted to talk something really exciting is taking place tomorrow. You guys are having an official opening for the new substation in Marston's Mills. This must be really exciting for you guys, Chief.
It is. We are truly grateful for the help from the town, and we're happy that it's finally is going to be open as of tomorrow. Hopefully, we did hope to get the station open back on Memorial Day, but there were some structural problems with the building, so there was a delay. It has been open for the past couple of weeks on a part-time basis, training the volunteers and getting the staff used to using the facility. But this is a big day because the whole idea is to extend our community policing efforts out to the town and improve our services to all of the villages. As you know, we've had the station in downtown Hyannis for almost 4 years now. And it's really made a difference in the level of crime in downtown Hyannis. There is no greater deterrent than having that obvious police presence in a very productive way. So we are looking forward to getting that open.
Absolutely. I would have to think, too, Chief, that this would really increase response times as far as incidents taking place in those areas.
Well, the whole idea is, as you know, there's several crews that patrol the western part of the town. When they have to do any type of administrative work, they have to report, they have to do any type of interviewing or interrogation, they have to return back to headquarters up in Finney's Lane. And if you ever travel from Finney's Lane out to Katuitt, you're talking a good half-hour ride back and forth, so the officers literally be taken off the road for that amount of time. With that new station, all of those crews that are assigned out there, they'll be working directly out of the West Villages station.
Yeah, making everything a little bit easier. What communities specifically will that substation serve?
It's going to handle Osterville, Marston Mills, and Katuitt.
Wonderful. So exciting there. Are you guys going to have a ceremony of some sort or just a soft opening?
No, it's going to be like a little ceremony, nothing too formal, but we did invite the town council, we did invite town management. They have supported us, so we would certainly like to give them the opportunity to come out and take a look at it. And, it's going to be a good thing for the town.
Wonderful. Want to talk a little bit about some activities that took place last weekend. I know your department played an integral role in a few search warrants served last week. Talk to me a little bit about that, if you can.
Well, back on Thursday, the 11th, 6:30 in the morning, we executed a search warrant out on Wakeby Road, out in Marston Mills. This has been an ongoing investigation that started with numerous complaints from the residents. Then last Thursday, the search warrant was executed. 3 gentlemen were arrested: Anthony Anderson, Jeremiah Anderson, and Wesley Paul Garcia, all well known to the police department. During the search, they recovered almost 30 grams of cocaine, so they're all in arrest for trafficking of a Class B substance. So that was a good arrest. And then on Friday, this was a long-term investigation, a joint investigation between Barnstable, Falmouth, and Mashpee police departments for a gentleman who identified as David Landry. And just to give you some what this gentleman is, he was probably is described as someone on the top of the food chain for the heroin distribution trade in Cape Cod. So he was a major target for all law enforcement in Cape Cod, and we executed a search warrant on him on last Friday. And during the course of the investigation, we had purchased over 104 grams of cocaine, and he is currently being held on $150,000 cash bail in Barnstable House of Correction.
Wow, Chief, what really impresses me, I think, about this case is that you have such cooperation between departments, and it seems to me like your street crimes unit is really taking a lead there and really even helping other communities with the problem.
Well, the whole idea of behind the street crime unit, of course, all those departments are already participating in the street crime unit, but this investigation was done by the narcotics unit. And same with the narcotics unit, we have Falmouth and Mashpee detectives that we work side by side with on a constant basis. And, we know the street crime unit, we know the narcotics unit is displacing some of the problem back out to other towns, but we also know that they're doing most of the business in downtown Hyannis. So, just because you live in Mashpee and Hyannis, if you do Mashpee and Falmouth are sandwiched, but if you do business in Hyannis, we're going to come out and get you.
And again, the opening of the Marston's Mills Police Substation will occur at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. We'll be sure to tune in to our hour-long news program, Barnstable This Morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. On tomorrow's show, we will chat with Energy Coordinator Richard Elrick, Finance Director Mark Milne, and we'll have all the news and information you need. For Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Mannel.